Hey guys, one of the ways that you can protect yourself is by installing a plugin called Copyright Proof. And so the Copyright Proof plugin is, in my opinion, quite amazing, and I really do believe that it deters a lot of your would-be thieves out there because it allows you to disable the right click. So we all know when we right click our mouse, that enables us to copy and paste. So this plugin actually removes that option altogether, which is awesome. And so by removing that, you know, people aren't going to be able to copy and paste your content. And, yes, they may come up with other ways to steal from you, but again, most likely they're just going to move on to the next website that makes it much easier for them to do so. So when you install this plugin, I want to make sure that one of the first things that you do is come over to this section called Copy Protect. And then you want to make sure that this button right here is selected, prevent right click, and then make sure that you update your settings. And it's up to you on how you want to have this applied. And the reason I stated that first is because just, you know, I don't know about you, but I was kind of nervous. So I just wanted to make sure that I disabled my right click right away. But you can come back over here and then indicate to the plugin, I just want this to be on posts, my blog posts, or I want this to be on my pages. I have it on both because I would like to be protected on both. So that's why I've got both of these checked. But again, it's totally up to you and what you want to make sure that you have your copyright um, plugin working for. So this is what you would actually see, guys. So on your blog post page or your post, this is what you would actually see at the bottom of the page. However, in order to make sure that this appears, you need to make sure that you publish using the button that says DigiProve and publish. Let's just go to that really quickly. So I'm going to act like I'm creating a new post just so I can show you what I'm talking about. Oh, okay, it says publish and DigiProve. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. So let's say I went through, typed everything out, and then I would hit the publish in DigiProve. Okay. Now, I'm actually on their free plan, which enables you to actually publish and DigiProve 10 pieces of content, whether it be blog posts or pages, per day. If I'm not mistaken, at the time of this recording, it's per day. So keep that in mind when you're doing a lot of your content writing, especially if you're going to be on their free platform. They do have additional services that you can pay for, and I do believe that they're wonderful, but I just don't need all that at this time, especially with um, the right click being disabled, in my opinion, is more than enough. And in conjunction with some of the other things that we're going to discuss, I feel like I'm more than enough protected without having to pay for the additional services. But again, not trying to dissuade anyone from purchasing that, but it's just a bit of overkill for me. So, with that said, let's move on to the next website, which is called TinEye. However, before we get to that, I want to make sure that, we take care of our photographers out there. So, in the event that you're a blogger, I'm truly hoping that you know this, but you need to make sure that you're actually having the right permissions to use photos. So Pixabay, Pexels, there's a lot of free websites out there, and you need to make sure that, if you're going to use pictures, that they're free for commercial use and they don't require attribution. So if they do, then you just need to make sure that you give the photographer the credit that they're due, if they indicate that they do want that. And there's different levels of that, of how much credit that the author wants to receive for the photograph. I'm not going to get into all that, but you can read about that more. Um, if you were to go to Pixabay and just look up their terms and services, you can get that information. Okay, but for this example, I just wanted to show you that this is the picture that I am going to use in our next website, which is called Tin Eye. And so how this website works, let me run this from the beginning. So how this website works is a reverse image search. So basically, if you've got a picture that you need to make sure isn't being used on other sites, this is the website that you want to check out. So again, this was on Pixabay, and it looks like 186 results came back for this one picture. So this picture is literally on all of these websites. Now let's say that this picture was being used illegally. Unfortunately, it is on the photographer to have to hunt down each and every one of these website owners and ask them to remove the picture. I know that really sucks, but that's how, yeah, the nature of that's just the nature of the business. I know that stinks, but again, it's on you to have to contact the owners and get them to remove it. All right, so moving on to the next piece of information that I like to use in order to make sure that my content is not being lifted and my brand is in good um, condition is I like to set up Google Alerts. Okay, so let's say I want to set up a Google Alert for my brand. Okay, so I'm going to set up a Google Alert for my brand, and starring you, and let's show some options. I have the ability to indicate how frequently I want to be notified if something happens with starring you in the topic. If starring you is a part of the topic, I can get it delivered to me as it happens, once a day, once a week. Me personally, I think once a day is more than enough, unless you know you've got a lot going on, which is fine. Like those big companies like Target or Walmart or something like that, I'm sure they would have as it happens. But for the majority of us, we can get by on at most once a day. And then you have the ability to press automatic, which scours the entire web for everything. Again, if you're monitoring for your brand, I would suggest that you just leave it at automatic. However, if you're just concerned about content theft that's on your blog, this changes things dramatically. All you have to do is switch to blogs, and that's going to refine your results even more so. And then you have the ability um, to tell this search engine where to send, the results to. So your email address, wherever you want it to go to. Okay? And so then I would just press create alert, and then it would start to alert you whenever your name comes up or anything of that nature involving your company. So that's one way that you can go about monitoring your brand and your content. Another way is to use Grammarly. And I'm not going to go into this, but I have a video. If you check out my Grammarly YouTube tutorial, there's a section in there that discusses how Grammarly has a part in their premium feature that actually catches plagiarism. And so every now and then, if you've got the premium plan, you might want to just put in some of your content and see if anything comes back in that plagiarism section. It actually, if your words match other content on other sites, it'll populate automatically with that website how many words are being used that match your content, the percentage, everything. It's pretty dead on. So check out my Grammarly video, especially the plagiarism section, and you can get more information from there. And there's another website that's called Copyscape. So let's go over to Copyscape. And I'm conflicted about this website. Like, it's good, I guess, because it's free. Like, it's better than nothing. But to be honest with you, I feel like the Grammarly plagiarism feature totally blows this website out of the water. And again, obviously, Grammarly, you have to pay for it, and that's part of the reason why it's better. But again, if you're super, super concerned, I think it might be worth the investment to um, purchase the Grammarly subscription just for that feature. Again, if content theft is really, really at the top of your mind. So, let me just show you how this works. So search for copies of your page on the web. So I've just got one of my blog posts. Let's just see if it's being used anywhere. Guarantee you most likely it is not, especially with that right click disabled. Okay. And so this is all me. Do you see that? No results were found for my web page. Um, and these were actually close close as close as possible that could come to uh, my page. So again, I gotta be honest, I think the copyright proof plugin disabling that right click, the Google alerts, and if you're a photographer using the 10i website, that's going to be more than enough to make sure that your content is being thoroughly protected. If you've got any other suggestions as to how to go about protecting your content from digital thieves, please let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a great one.